The president says, don't be afraid. He told the New York Times, we showed it earlier, don't put your money under your mattresses. He's saying it might be a good time to buy stocks even. But the Wall Street Journal editorialized this week and said, no, there's actually a negative response to his agenda. And that's what's causing this loss of confidence. This is what the Journal wrote. What's worrying about the plunge in equities, especially in the last week since Mr. Obama released his radical budget, is that it has come amid the unveiling of the president's policy agenda. Equity prices have reacted to those proposals by signaling that they expect a much deeper and longer recession.
Well, first of all, this is a 80-year experience. We've not seen anything like this level of testing in 80 years. That's almost 3 generations. So we need to stop and take a deep breath and say, this is not politics as usual. This is not games as usual. What do we have to learn so that we as a people can pull ourselves out of this? And I think it's much more fundamental than anything going on in Washington right now. Second, one of the great breaks of the Depression was the passage of the Smoot-Hawley tariff, which created enormous pain in the world market. I would suggest that the Obama tax increases, both the energy tax increase in his budget and the war against everybody earning over $250,000, are in some ways the Smoot-Hawley tariff of this cycle. You have a vice president who says, put them in the brig. That's a direct quote, talking about CEOs. You have a senator from Missouri who describes them as, quote, idiots. Okay, now let's say you have money, and let's say you're successful, and you look at this administration. Do you really want to risk your money? Or do you want to, in fact, put it in a mattress? The number of successful investors I've talked to who said, I'm not doing anything. I don't trust this administration. I mean, you've heard people talk about clawback. You heard Senator Schumer say clawback. What does clawback mean? Clawback means the government's ability to decide that whatever you thought you had earned is not yours. And they can intervene and take it back from you, post facto. What do we have with a mortgage bill that just came through the House? A trial lawyer and a bankruptcy judge can rewrite mortgage contracts. Now, what does that say to the next cycle of mortgage contracts? It means I shouldn't loan you the money for your mortgage unless I have built in a risk factor for you getting it rewritten. I mean, I think this administration's anti-business, anti-success rhetoric and its tax increases are an enormous burden. And the energy tax increase is as big a threat as anything they've got to recover.